Everyone.
And I what? And I was like,
I was like, this.
when I discovered that my true identity is non-binary, I was very box thinking in that we own the other people an androgynous gender expression, or that I don't have to embrace my femininity at all because I'm non-binary. So for a huge amount of time in my life, I've been rejecting all of that. And then I discovered that I love my feminine side, and that doesn't mean that goes against my gender identity. So Paul has helped me to really embrace that part of me that I've been hiding from me about.
5-ish years ago, anybody that knew me knew that I wore a lot of dresses, a lot of makeup, and I wasn't happy until I was confronted with needing to be embodied as a dancer, positive spin, and like taking classes. And there was a moment where I realized that a big reason I wasn't feeling happy a lot of the time was because I wasn't living a life consistent with how my body truly felt. I didn't really have opportunity to think about that until I started dancing.
In addition to being trans, I am also autistic. I learned that there's actually a connection between being trans, being autistic, and feeling sort of out of touch with your body. I think one thing that pole has done for me is really helped me to build more mind-body connection. I've learned how to move my limbs differently. I've also gained a lot of confidence in my body. Pole is a playground for expression. I don't think that you need to be locked into a single gender and only present one way with pole. I think it opens up this whole world that you can explore. One thing that's really exciting and great about pole is just the ability to try out things and see what resonates and see what feels like you and see what sort of energy you need to release and let out and show the world.
Pole dance, it has improved like a huge mental relationship with my body. It makes me appreciate where I'm at and what body I have right now. I don't think about my gender so much when I'm in a class, so that's a very euphoric for me. And also looking at myself in the mirror, I catch myself now in class every once in a while. Actually take a moment to look at myself and appreciate that.
I think when they first started pole and wanted to try out pole, I had a lot of preconceived notions about pole in general. I mean, I loved it, loved watching it, but I think I thought that it was a much more feminine way of moving, like type of dance. Once I was in class, all that went out the window. It was really great to be around like other queer trans bodies, just like moving together. At the top of a positive spin class, I introduced myself to a group of people as Cameron, and they called me Cameron the whole class, and I don't think I ever went by my old name ever again after that. During a class was the first time that I used they them pronouns. I wish I could like fully remember that feeling. It was so liberating to claim that and feel that truth with people.
Pole was the first form of movement that I found like as an adult. I was kind of a gymnastics in high school person, and then I did not move all throughout college. It vastly improved my relationship with my body. I stopped being really judgmental about how I looked, and I cared more about what my body could do, and that led me to love things like strength training. I really like that pole has a lot of different like facets that you can focus on. It can be working on tricks, they can be strengthy, they can be bendy, you can focus more on dance or flow. And so I like to think about it as like I have lots of different genders that I like to perform sometimes, and so I'll get to be like the dancey person and I want to be really feminine, or sometimes I decide I want to be really gym bro-y and I do a bunch of strengthy tricks. I get to choose whatever feels the most me at the time, and there's a version of pole that fits that for me.
It kind of feels like I'm not thinking about gender very much when I'm here. In a lot of space to strangers, I get like maimed because I say I use they, she pronoun, he will default to using she because that makes it comfortable. I feel like the moments where I feel some gender euphoria could have been when in terms of just building my strength, it feels like getting stronger is like accessing. So part of my presentation.
This has been such a warm place to move through all of those changes because I don't know that I will ever be fully formed. I'm probably going to be like, look at things up until the day I die. What an awesome place to be able to do that. Thankful for this one's classes. A lot of gender body euphoria discovery is putting your freestyle class cat up how much that is as my trans church.
I think what it's really important for my theoretical trans, non-binary, or gender non-conforming or questioning student that is thinking about trying pole or thinking about coming to the studio specifically is that you belong and that you are worth the space that you're taking up. You're not taking that away from someone else. And the time that the instructor takes with you, you're worthy of that time. They're doing that on purpose. You are valid.
I remember my first class I did here, and I was like so intimidated when joining that I recruited a bunch of Franks to all go to the class. It's a 10-person class, like 7 of the people are all people that I know, and I was so scared. No, and the instructor was also like queer and trans, and everyone was so like sweet and affirming, and different bodies, different presentations. We're just all like having a good time, and then like hitting each other up and on the top. This feels really nice. And every time I like showed up previous class, and once in a while, usually it was your trans instructor. It was fun being like, I can present this way today or the other way another day, and it's all just get it.
Come try it out. I mean, the community is amazing. Everybody tends to be really supportive. You'll even just get a lot of different perspectives. There's lots of people at different points in their journey along transitioning, either just starting out, they've been through the whole thing, or they're somewhere in the middle. And it's really nice to get that just like sense of community with people who know what you're going through or what you've been through, or even just to try something out, like try out some new pronouns if even questioning that. This is just a really nice space to do that. Everybody is really lovely.
I think if you come in something that you're not questioning, you're just like, well, how are you doing today? Like, it's not even, you don't even have to like discuss it. You just like something right there at the thing. I think that's what I also appreciate is like, I think being a trans person, you're so aware of everything going on, well, and just aware of yourself. That for me, it's nice to come to a space where it's like, okay, how much do I want to hurt my thighs today? Or like, you know, just like I had to think about that other thing that I feel is getting so either villainized or targeted in here. It's just like, generally like, how are you? Or like, let's like just work together. Like, it's not even probably discuss. It's just nice to let that go.
This interview is also a way to provide voices to people that often is not heard. So this is brave. This is a statement per se. Okay, because that really came across in a time for me that I'm not being able to speak at public. I'm really new with English. I'm really new with being non-binary. So for me, this is really empowering.
The world is full of safe places, and with the like recent election results, it's just going to be more unsafe for trans and gender non-conforming individuals. And I want place of solace this baby will become a peer to positive spin and like never be misgendered and be accepted, and not just accepted but like celebrated. I think positive spin does a really good job of celebrating their queer, transgender, non-conforming students in a way that makes it so easy to want to come back and call this your home.